If I spoke about it, if I did, what would I tell you? I wonder. Would I tell you about the time? It happened a long time ago, it seems, in the last days of a fair prince's reign. Or would I tell you about the place? A small city near the coast.
Hopefully that bit translated well. How's it going, guys? My name is Ryan, and today we're taking a look at Charlie from The Shape of Water, or the Amphibian Man, because that's what Neca printed on the box. Speaking of the box, here we got the front, side number 1, the back, side number 2. Here's a look at the top, and there's a blurry look at the bottom. So I'm having to record a voiceover to talk about this because I lost audio because I was futzing with the camera. Here we got a nice sculpt of his head. Go down the chest and body detail all sculpted real well. Didn't know that those were double jointed knees at first because I wasn't paying close enough attention. Nice. He looks wet, which I think works real well. They did a nice job on the glossy, a nice job on the patterning there on the arms. And then if you look, there's like these white cream colored spots all over his arms right there. Those are just to kind of get this shimmery but also kind of like this glowing effect he has on his body. And you can see that they're all over the place. The chest looks real well. It's a nice rubbery material that makes it move real well, so I think that was a good choice. We're gonna flip him around. The back is all real nice looking. Continued that paint job on the back. Nice job. The dorsal fin is, like most of the fins, this pliable material. So mine came smushed in the packaging, but I'm sure you can use like a hairdryer or hot water to reshape it. Not a lot on the back of the head there. Kind of disappointing, but you know, hey. Oh, look at them. Scrumptious cheeks. As far as accessories goes, it's kind of minimal, excluding one major piece that I'm gonna save for a little bit. You've got these two forearms right here, which are related to what I have to show you guys in a second. These actually came on the figure. We also have a plate of eggs. These two pieces, which go under the armpits, I'll show you that in a second. He's got a cranky head. He's got a thespian point hand, and then we've got a reaching out for something or very loose point hand. It's going to be up to your own interpretation. So those extra forearms, what you do is you just pop these bad boys off, pop these on, and voila, we have those other forearms. But Ryan, I hear fucking no one asking, what are these? What are these extra forearms for? Well, they're for this bad boy. This is probably my favorite piece that comes with this figure. This is the big kind of hatch type thing that they used to let Charlie in and out of his tank. Now, the reason why we have to switch those forearms out is if you look there, there's a bit of fin messing right there next to the wrist. And what you can do, take these chains right here. I'm gonna have to lower his arms a little bit, slip those bad boys on, and then you can just peg his hands back on. God fucking damn. It feels like they used metal chains for this, but I'm not a metalologist. And then you have this bit which unclamps. The chain falls off. That's actually an important step in the process. It doesn't come with instructions, but I found that it doesn't work right if you don't let the chain fall off. And then you can just peg that back on, and now you have S&M, Charlie. Some stuff to note. I'm not sure how well my camera is picking this up. See if I can move the light around if you'll be able to see it. Maybe? Maybe not. There's some spots here around the middle that has kind of a more glossy finish to it than the rest of the base. They did a really good job of making it look like it was kind of wet. Also, the rust on there, it looks pretty good. It looks all beat up and scraped up. Son of a fuck. Now, real quick, I am going to swap out to his cranky head. You just kind of pop the head off. Pop that new guy back on. And boom, cranky head. So, his head can look up that far, down that far. Rotation, you know, standard ball joint stuff with pretty. It's so-so. There's some limitations right there, but that's just the nature of the beast. I swapped to this head because he does have some articulation going on there. Next, down to the arms. His arms can move out that far. And they can rotate all around. You've got some weird joints right here. Let me zoom in on this. You've got this standard like Neca joint right here, which I think usually comes pretty stiff with Neca figures. Okay, and there's UPS. Just kidding, no UPS. He was just pissed off. Okay. So, you've got this standard Neca joint at the elbow, which I would recommend with most Neca figures taking like a hair dryer tube prior to messing with it, or hot water. And then we've got this kind of cutaway joint right here, and I think that's to put that fin on the elbow right there, put some less stress. One of my ones on his left side does tend to pop off kind of, so I guess that's something to note, but you don't have to worry too much because it just pops right back on. On his torso, we can crunch forward about that much. Not a whole lot. Back, about that much. Pretty good. Okay. Can go to the side a little bit, to the side a little bit. Can rotate. At the legs, because we've got this rubber piece right here in the middle, we can go out that far. Back pretty far. Did I just... Goddamn. Well, I guess be careful because this diaper bit might snap. I guess that's probably pretty easy fix with super glue. You can go out that far. He's got, well, I didn't expect double jointed knees. I didn't expect that because that bit's pretty well hidden right there. That second knee joint. It can rotate a little bit, and that's made a little bit easier because this is another one of those soft plastic materials. Onto his toesy woesies, he can go down that far, up that far, and I believe you can rotate it around. Now about those fin pieces I was talking about, these guys right here, these peg into, I think this one goes right here. And the other goes like so. And these are to kind of accommodate for his kind of webbed Spider-Man armpit type things. But they're not really... They're not as soft as some of the other stuff on here, so you can't really... I'm not going to even try it. You can't lower the arms down any with them. And, I mean, if you raise them up, it's, you know, that's got to get big gaps. So I like the idea, but there's not even like a stand to make it look like he's swimming or anything. So I don't really see the point of these at all. I'll probably just leave them off of mine. You do what you will. I am not your master. Time for some fucking size comparisons. Here he is next to the SH Figuarts Spike Spiegel. Review coming soon. The Neca Ash versus the Evil Dead Ashley J. Williams. Review also coming soon. And finally, here he is next to my bootleg masterpiece, Prowl. Oh, fuck. Overall, I'd have to say this figure is pretty sick. There's only a couple things I could have asked for. For instance, maybe a hand holding an egg. I know that just having loose eggs and having a hand to hold them would probably be impossible. But I think a hand holding one of those eggs is probably pretty doable. Maybe having a hand similar to this guy right here, but more maybe made out of like a clear plastic to kind of show off when he's using his magic junk. And I wish that those armpit pieces were made out of a more pliable material, just so you could get them in some more poses with them. Maybe alternatively have some smaller ones, some bigger ones just to swap out. But other than that, if you're a fan of the movie, definitely pick it up. If you're a fan of Del Toro, definitely pick it up. I'm working on myself building a whole Del Toro shelf. So you guys will slowly get to see that come to fruition. If you like this video, subscribe if you want to. If you dislike the video, fuck man, I guess just go jerk off with sea salt or something, dog. I don't know. I'm Ryan. Bye.